For the Genstealer army, we're going with the battalion detachment. We've got 3 HQs, 2 patriarchs with a primus, and then we're going with a squad of elites, which is 10 pure strain Genstealers, 2 Glyphs, going with 2 Lehman Russes as heavy support. The Glyphs are going as dedicated transport, and that's for 2 squads of 10 of the neophyte Genestealers. And then I'm going for 3 squads of Acolyte Warriors, and in those units I've got 2 squads of 17, 1 squad of 15. In all 3 of those squads, in each one I've got a banner, and I'm also rocking with the chainsaws, and I'm also going with the drill as well. Going bare bones on the, so all of them just armed with pistols and just close combat weapons.
Right then, so for the forces of Tzeentch, we've got 1 battalion detachment, purely of demons. That is being led by the HQ of the Changeling, with all his buffy goodness, backed up by 2 Heralds of Tzeentch on discs, and rods of sorcery to extend their smite range to 24 inches, which is pretty nice. Then as the 3 troops, we've got 1 big unit of pink horrors with icons and instruments. We've got another big unit of 25 brimstone horrors, led by a blue horror there at the front, and a second unit of 25 brimstone horrors, led by another blue horror at the front over there. To round the list off, we've then got 3 exalted flamers in elite, and then with the Chaos Space Marine credits out today, gone for something a little bit different just to try it out. So Supreme Command detachment of 3 demon princes, all in the Alpha Legion, all still with the mark of Tzeentch, just to give them some slightly different psychic powers. So we've got your 1 demon prince down here, all with wings obviously, all with 2 malefic talons. So that's prince number 1. This prince looking a lot like Bellicor, not Bellicor today, holding a sword in his other malefic talon, so again 2 malefic talons and flying. And then finally the 3rd demon prince here, again happens to be holding a sword and a staff in his malefic talons, but flying with malefic talons nonetheless. And they do all have warp bolters as well. Just threw those on for a little bit of fun. The other thing that's interesting about this list is I've actually got 480 points in reinforcements, which means if I want to, I can use the splitting of the pink horrors into 60 blue horrors, and then again into another 60 pairs of brimstone. So we're going to see how that works out with the change in points. See if that's worth its money. But looking forward to playing it. Should be a good game.
So the mission we're playing today is a modified Maelstrom mission. So this is straight out of the SM Battle Reports pack for No Retreat 5. So if you go onto the SM Battle Reports page on Facebook, you can check out their missions and have a look at it in detail if you want to play back one of these missions yourself. But basically it's a combination of Eternal War missions as well as Maelstrom. So the Maelstrom mission is Deadlock, which is 6 objectives at the start of your first turn, and that rolls down one objective card each turn until you get down to 1. And then the Eternal War mission is Retrieval, which is 4 missions, 4 objectives on the table. So what happens is the Eternal War mission is worth slightly more, and then the Maelstrom mission is worth slightly less. So if you score and win the Eternal War mission, the other player needs to get both the Maelstrom mission as well as win the tertiary objectives, which are Slay the Warlord, Linebreaker and First Strike, that both armies can secure by killing a unit in their first turn. So if the player doesn't manage to secure that Eternal War mission, they will need to secure both Eternal and Tertiary missions to score a draw. So the Eternal War mission is definitely the most important on this board, and that's the way that SM Battle Reports decide to play it, so the focus is on that part of the game. But that Maelstrom is still a key part of making sure you absolutely maximise your scoring. So as far as objectives, the Maelstrom missions are set up auto, so they are spread throughout the whole board. So we have one over here, and then parallel we have one over here. One central. Whereabouts is that one, Darren?
We're just underneath the cultists.
Underneath the cultists, and then one over here, and then mirroring the other side, we have one by this Lehman Russ, and then one over side. So those are the Maelstrom missions, and then the players, Chris and Darren, have then picked where their Eternal War missions are going. So we have the 2 lava pits are classing as objectives each. So we've got one over there and one there. We have one up in this tower, and then the 4th one is, guys,
Just behind the rock.
just behind this lava there. So they're the Eternal War, and as I said, the most important objectives in this game. So that's kind of where the objectives are and how the mission is going to go. And now we'll come back in a second and talk through how this deployment has factored.
So for deployment, I've set my Lehman Russes one on either side just to get the range. Hopefully just sitting back on the objectives, try to whittle down some of his force. And I've just got my troops in there, and then for reserves I've got my Acolyte Warriors and my Patriarchs just sat there waiting to jump out on him on turn 1.
Demon deployment. For the Tzeentch Demons, I've played this army a few times now, and I've kind of figured out that it doesn't really matter so much what the other person does. Because of this guy, because of the Changeling, that really dictates what I want to do. So as long as every unit's within 9 inches of him, as long as I'm not going to have someone sneaking up behind me and everything's nicely bubble wrapped, just about board coverage, that's what I've gone for here. To spread my brimstones along on one side to make sure I can touch that objective if I need to. Same on the other side, nice little conga line of brimstones. So the plan is, I actually finish deploying first, and usually I like to, well, I won't tell Darren now, not that he's standing right behind me, but I like to let the other player go first and see what they do, see if I can actually help myself by some objectives secured at the end. So that's the plan. My warlords as well, I've gone for the Alpha Legion, so with their I am Alpharius, I've got a good chance of not giving that away too, especially with 480 points of reserve. I can just summon up another. So that's the plan, and we'll see if it pays off.
So rolling to see who goes first.
+1 to me, looking for a nice 6. Not. So that's your win, Darren. What's your choice?
I'm going to let you go first.
Funny that. So objectives for the Tzeentch Demons, not a great draw all in all. So secure objective 1, defend objective 2, secure objective 3. That's objective 3, that's objective 2, and that's objective 1. So those are going to be pretty tough to score anytime soon. Kingslayer, slay the warlord. That's a Patriarch, he's not on the table yet. Blood and Guts, kill something in combat. Not going to be close enough to do that. Witch Hunter, no Psychers on the table yet. So it's going to be a bit slow at the beginning, but depending on what happens, where things get brought on, we could try and claw that. So recapping the movement, the demons just ran up basically, try and get some territory, try and get closer to some of those 1, 2 and 3 objectives, keeping the important things bubble wrapped, keeping close enough to my objectives, because we don't know what Darren's drawn yet, so that could always keep it interesting. But yeah, just lining up for some shooting and some smiting. Right, so the psychic and shooting phase, we let loose with a load of smite, and we took away 5 of these guys sitting on top, some of their buddies sitting below there. We also did a couple of mortal wounds on this Goliath, and then with the shooting from the Pink Horrors and from the Exalted Flamer combined, managed to whittle these troops out. There's just 2 left, so 8 lost on that unit, and that's all we saw. No assaults for the demons, nothing in range, so no point. But moving on to the morale phase, this little unit of troops there, just 2 left, so they will have a tough time on the battle shock test. But Darren has got a cunning plan up his sleeve.
I'm going to be cheeky. I'm going to use 2 command points, and I'm going to automatically pass my roll test.
Okay, yeah, very smart. So no first strike for the demons, and with that, it's the end of the demons. The objectives at the end of the turn, as predicted, none of those scored. I'm going to be throwing one away. I think my least chance of scoring at any point is going to be defend objective 2. Got to hold that for 2 turns, right on the other side of the board. That's going to be really tough. So that one is going.
For the Genestealer Cold Tactical Objective cards, I have got Objective Marker 5, Objective Marker 6, Taken Hold, which unfortunately for me is in Chris's zone. Overwhelming Firepower, which I'm going to have to destroy an enemy unit. Assassinate a character, Mission Critical Objective, and Hold the Line. So I'm going to roll for the mission objective, see which one I've got to take.
Yeah.
Number 6. Okay, so I know for the Genestealer Cult round for the movement. On the Patriarch and his Pure Strain Genestealers, They accompanied in each other. Got a 6, so I'm right up in his back door. And for the second patriarch, I got a 5, so I'm just over the terrain there. And then for the rest of them, I managed to roll a 3 on all of them, so I'm 12 inches away from the nearest enemy unit, and the second lot just there. With the rest, not much really moved. Just Genestealer shooting phase didn't do very good at all. For the sidekick, I got some smite going off at the back. I managed to kill 4 brimstones. Terrible. Same with the shooting. And then for these over here, killed 1. 2 in total on that side, so not very good on the... For the pure strain Genestealers, managed to assault in for the Genestealer cult, and so did the 2 patriarchs. So end of the assault phase for the Genestealer cult. The patriarch killed off a few, and the Genestealer cult killed off... Sorry, the pure strain Genestealers killed off a few more, but not enough to wipe out the whole unit. Put in the... Cleverly moved out the way, so the patriarch over there advanced towards the nearest enemy unit, which is straight into the pink horrors, stopping form, overwatching me the next turn if I survive the round of smite. So Chris stopped himself from doing the morale check. Spent 2 command points, stopped them from them automatically passing. So unfortunately for me, I needed them to disappear, but it didn't quite happen. So from objectives, I managed to hold the line, so I've scored that one, and unfortunately I didn't manage to score any others. So for myself, I think I'm going to drop objective. No, we won't. We'll leave it as that at the moment. So then for the Demons, starting on turn 2, he's already got 5 objectives already there, so no new cards.
So for the Demon, turn 2, no new objectives drawn because we're on turn 2. Brimstones have withdrawn to take those pure strains and that patriarch out of combat, and the only other movement really with these brimstones moved back a little bit just to make it a bit harder for them over there to pull off a charge. Apart from that, the princes decided to go all out, ganging up on those pure strains, those patriarchs, see what damage we can do. Just a little bit of a reshuffle with some of those heralds, but the exalted flamers have all stayed still, so they can shoot with their heavy weapons and not get a minus penalty. And let's see what... Right, so at the end of the demon psychic and shooting phase 2, didn't do too badly. Focused everything in on these pure strain Genestealers and the 2 patriarchs. Got rid of all of the pure strains and managed to get this patriarch down to just 1 wound left. Would have liked to have got rid of him that turn if I can, to really put the damage on him. But he's hanging on, and we go into the assault. And as you can see, the 3 demon princes are ganging up there, trying to get rid of this threat in our backlines. We'll see how it goes. Demon second assault phase. This demon prince charged into that patriarch, and he managed to easily strip away that last wound, which was quite fortunate. Meant that this demon prince had no one to attack, so he consolidated to the nearest enemy unit, which was that patriarch. He wasn't in range to swing at him. Then Darren spent 2 command points to interrupt, and he came back doing 4 wounds onto this demon prince before he swung. And then he came back onto the patriarch, killing 1 familiar and doing 4 wounds to him. So not bad in total, but looking over how that affects the maelstrom, it means I score blood and guts because I killed a unit in assault. I get witch hunter because I killed a psycho, and the patriarch that died was his warlord. So that's 3 points in maelstrom, and that is the end of Demon's turn 2.
So in the Genestealer cult turn 2, no new objectives, had to lose 1, but I scored that the last one. So movement wise, I've advanced with these acolytes up towards the objective 6, which I need, which is worth 2 points myself. These are just moved towards 6, towards the brimstones. These are kind of conga lined up a little bit, so I want to get the bonus from the shots from that. The 2 Goliaths have moved up. They've moved along the plankway to get a better shot. And the Lehman Russ has moved over towards there. And then the Acolyte Warriors have just moved up 6 towards there to try to have a sneaky assault on the brimstones. So in the Genestealer cult turn 2, no new objectives, had to lose 1, but I scored that the last one. So movement wise, I've advanced with these acolytes up towards the objective 6, which I need, which is worth 2 points myself. These are just moved towards 6, towards the brimstones. These are kind of conga lined up a little bit, so I want to get the bonus from the shots from that. The 2 Goliaths have moved up. they've moved along the plankway to get a better shot, and the Leman Russ has moved over towards there, and then the Acolyte Warriors have just moved up 6 towards there to try have a sneaky assault on the Brimstones. Genestealer Cult, shooting and psychic phase. So for the psychic, the Patriarch managed to get off a smite, took a couple more extra wounds off his Demon Prince, and then the shooting wise, now the 2 Goliaths started shooting at the pink horrors. Kind of made a little bit of a mistake. I should have carried on with the Brimstones, but that's a mistake I made and learned very, very quickly. The Leman Russes didn't really do much because they moved, and because I'm hitting on 5s, and then +1 because of the horrible rule they've got, because this little dude in the middle means I'm hitting on 6s. So only one of the Leman Russes managed to get in, but didn't really do much. These boys haven't shot because they're going to go in for a charge. And then the 2 Goliaths, they're going to go in for a cheeky charge. And then the Acolyte Warriors here are going to charge into the Brimstones and see where we go. End of turn 2 assault. The Genestealers here cause how many wounds, Chris? 5?
Yeah, to that unit of Brimstones, 6 went down. To this unit of Brimstones, 5 went down.
To these ones over here.
In total, including the shooting. And
Cool.
3 pinks died as well in the shooting phase.
So now we're just going to do the morale checks.
Battle shocks. So this unit of Brimstones.
No battle shocks, mate.
No battle shocks in this game. So 6 plus 1 is 7, so they're fine. And this one 5 plus 3, so 1 goes. Yay. So Demons turn 3. Looking onto the objectives. So I forgot to mention at the end of the last one, we slacked off secure objective 1, so I don't think I'm going to be getting that. Draw 3 new objectives, so we got no prisoners, that can be done. Killing a unit. Psychological warfare, that can definitely be done, I think, by making fail a morale, not battle shock obviously, because that doesn't exist in this game. And mission critical objective, so I rolled a 5, which just so happens to be the one which I'm already sitting on. So it's looking good for the Maelstrom. We'll see how the rest of the turn. End of the Demons turn 3 movement phase. We withdrew from combat from the Brimstones and the large unit of mostly pink horrors, so we can get some shooting done onto these Genestealer Cult units. We moved up with some of the princes so that we can charge this squad of acolytes, I believe. And then we've moved this Demon Prince over here to try and get a warp time off to charge that Leman Russ. Apart from that, we've just kept those Brimstone Horrors in to hold the tide of those acolytes. And then at the end of the turn, we've actually summoned in 2 more Exalted Flamers for another 140 points. The Changeling has happily stood where he is, giving some nice bubble action. And that is the end of the movement phase, so going into the Psychic and Shooting. So, Psychic and Shooting phase, round up. Went pretty well, rolled a couple of 11s on my smites, and with some flaming, took away 11 of the acolytes in that squad. Again, took 8 on this squad, and with a cheeky warp bolter shot right at the end, managed to do a little wound on that Leman Russ. Summarising the assault of Demons turn 3, this Demon Prince smashed through the rest of those acolytes, leaving 1 left who ran away very quickly from battle shock. Similar case over here. Battle shock, morale, something, one of those. Similar case on here, actually, we killed 8 and then Darren rolled a 6. So what did that mean? That 6 ran off with their leadership of 8, leaving just the 1 acolyte left there. Not a lot happened in this combat. Killed 3 Brimstones, rolled a 4 on my morale, so none of them ran away. I think I might have killed 1 of them, which is always nice. What was really useful for me here is after having already done 1 wound with the Warp Bolter, managed to get another 8 wounds on that Leman Russ, so making it quite crippled now. So a pretty good turn 3 for Demons overall. And then to add insult to injury, we've actually scored some good objectives there. So got no prisoners, got psychological warfare, and we had the mission critical objective as well, so I was actually sitting on that from the very beginning. So 3 more points, and over to Darren's turn 3.
Start turn 3 for the Genestealers. Pulled 2 more cards out the deck. Secure objective marker 2, which is sat up there until the end of my turn. Probably can do, will do. And then Supremacy, hold 3 objective markers until the end of my next turn. Until the end of this turn, sorry. So if I pull him back, move them over, move the tank back, I think I've got this. Let's see how we go. So the end of Genestealer Cult turn 3. Shooting phase, done a little bit of damage. The Leman Russ managed to take out his Demon Prince over there. The 2 las cannons took out 2 brimstones over there, and then in salt phase, I brought my Goliaths up into the pink horrors. They failed to do anything on Overwatch, and then I just muscled up the acolyte warriors into the brimstones in there, followed by the neophytes. Chris done the heroic intervention and brought his 2 flamers into my squad, which then allowed me to be cheeky and use my acolyte with his drill to take off 2 mortal wounds off his exalted flamer. Over here, one thing I've been forgetting all game, and that's I can shoot with the pistols into combat. Lesson learned. However, this turn I didn't. I had to take a couple out and shoot in, and it's just down to 5 brimstones left. At the end of that turn, scoring on objectives. I haven't got. Yes, I have got objective marker 2. Scoring until the end of my turn. Got that, and I've also got the cheeky. Where is it? No, supremacy. D3 points if you control any 3 objective markers at the end of your turn. So see what I've got. 2. So that's 1. Lovely.
Demon turn 4. This is the state of the battlefield. Let's have a quick look at the objectives. So at the end of the last turn, I got rid of secure objective 3. Didn't think that was going to happen. Drew 3 new objectives. Got secure objective 3 again. Don't think I'm going to be taking that. Area denial. Take everything out in the middle of the board. That's going to be tough. Secure objective 6. That's doable. So we'll have a go on that. We're up 6 at the moment already. So not looking bad. And let's see what happens in the demon movement phase. Decided to go for it. So moving some heralds out there. Smite that Lehman Russ. Getting the demon prince out there to try and get the charge in it as well. Move these up to try and flame the acolytes. Move those brimstones out of combat again to get 3 flamers on those acolytes. Just trying to keep those Goliaths tied up. And then the demon prince getting ready for that nice charge. Hopefully finish off the Lehman Russ. So shooting and psychic phase. We line these up to do a lot of damage. So between those 3 units there, I managed to do 8 mortal wounds on that Lehman Russ, which is really tasty for me. Then a little bit more shooting, whittled down that squad of troops there, a couple of flamers shots. With these 3 flamers on that squad of acolytes, took away 7, which was pretty nice. Didn't do anything with the warp bolters. So now going into assault. Right, at the end of demon turn 4 combat, managed to get rid of that Lehman Russ, but it rolled a 6 to blow up, and then rolled a 6 on the mortal wounds. So it actually finished off the herald who I charged in to try and soak up some Overwatch. So that wasn't bad. Then on the other side, this demon prince finished off that Lehman Russ, crept a little bit closer to that objective, and that was it. That's the end of the combat. But there's not a lot left on the board now, Darren. So you've got 2 of those little mining laser guys up the top there. This unit of acolytes have struggled. They're going to have to take a battle shock, and then 2 Goliaths left in combat. So how about that battle shock, John? Darren, hey, let's have it rolled. Come on, let's see it. Let's roll dice. Have some live camera action.
I think I've
Put you on the spot. You lost 6. Here we go. Nice big roll.
Oh yeah, they do 6.
And yeah, that's it. Then we'll let you re-roll one of those dice. This one, what have we got? 5 plus 6, 11, lead chip of 8, 3 more run.
Ah, chickens.
There we go. How are you feeling at this stage, Darren?
I'm feeling very fine.
Yeah,
Feeling very
great time.
confident.
Alright.
Going into turn 4 for the Genestealer cult. So, I feel that Chris has kind of exposed himself there with his little demon prince. I believe I could probably get myself in there. Pulled 2 more objective cards. So, moving into turn 4 for the Genestealer cult. Pulled 2 more tactical objectives. I think I'm pretty much going to struggle on defend objective marker 1. Having myself nothing in the area. However, I feel that Chris has probably exposed himself a little bit with the Demon Prince. Might be able to charge in this turn. Let's see how we go.
Right guys, so the dust has settled, pretty epic game. How do you think that went?
Towards the end of that for myself, it started getting very painful. There was too many pink horrors and brimstones still on the table for me to handle. Shot as many as I probably could. Probably exposed myself a little bit with the when I started shooting the pink horrors and they started expanding into blues. That was a real struggle for myself.
Yeah, I mean it's the first time you played Demons in 8th edition.
Yeah, it's the first time I played with the Genestealer cult as well. This list I used in 7th, done really, really well with it in 7th. Really want to give it a go in 8th, see how it played out. I feel this list could do really well with some armies, but I think they've kind of lost a lot of the fight out there, how they used to have it before.
Yeah. Cool. Well, we'll go into details of the actual of the army and what kind of went well and what didn't. But Chris, I suppose after playing a bit more 40k 8th edition, still very very happy with the demons, or
Yeah, I mean it's a strong army. You know, the four up all the way round. Did some things a little bit different this time. So actually, now the points cost to come down for the pink horrors, I thought, you know, give them a try. Had a big unit of 30 there, and actually with the reserve points to split that into 60 blues and 60 brimstones, it's 150 wounds on the table there. So it just makes it so difficult to get through, and the rules of characters as they are, yeah, it's just hard for you to shoot the things you want to.
And first impressions of the Genestealer cult for you?
I mean, they're still strong. Not having the return into the shadows ability doesn't help, but you know, you still got 2 good rolls at the beginning. Your patriarchs popped up and did some damage.
Yeah. To be fair, even if I could go back into the shadows, I don't think there's anything I could have really pulled back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you, I mean, obviously, as I said, you're kind of learning this game and learning what your strengths and weaknesses are within your list, Darren. But what if you could have changed your list up a little bit, thinking that you knew what you were coming up against? What would you put in? What would you change?
I think I need a lot more shooty into this, and maybe I need to look upon the units a bit more, see what else I can take. Possibly, thinking about it, maybe take some more of the neophytes.
Okay.
Lots and lots of shots. Maybe have a patriarch coming with one of those. With the loyalty rule where you can, on a 4+,
that could help.
put a move over.
Yeah, that was really.
All of a sudden, if I've got a big squad, I can start flicking those wounds over to other models in the squad. So that could be a big difference. And plus, that's then my smite train going on, and then all the other little buffs coming off from there. So I think that's one of the things I'll change. Probably drop down some of the acolyte warriors, and then just go for more of the neophytes, las cannons, and things like that. I think that'd been probably more beneficial against the demons.
I think that's going to help a lot in 8th anyway. I mean, this army is very good at it, full stop, just putting a lot of bodies on the table, but I think you'll see more and more armies out there with just a bit of a meat shield or things to burn through, so having some weapons that pump out a lot of shots, or just things that do loads of attacks, whether they're good or not, high strength or damage at all, is probably the kind of thing you need to make sure is in every list now.
Yeah, because even your guns are weak, toughness, strength 3, you still got a chance of winning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got your 4s there, some volume.
So could you add a bit more cheese to your list? That's the big question that everyone wants to know, Chris.
There's always space for more cheese.
Really?
Ace.
Wow.
The question is what? Big bird. That's nice. I mean, I had 480 points of reinforcements, which is good. I mean, I actually underestimated how powerful the flexibility is before. Yeah. So I actually quite like going that direction. I might do that more in the future. Was able to bring down 2 more exalted flamers, and I thought I needed to burn through some of your bodies. So that flexibility is really nice.
And that's probably something that a lot of people probably overlook when they first go into 8th edition.
Absolutely, I did. I thought it was rubbish, having lost my old rules of loads of stuff for free. But yeah, the flexibility does more than make up for it.
Good stuff, guys. So, star of the show before we call it a day today.
Myself, it's got to be the Lehman Russ. Probably done the most amount of damage. Even in death, you're spending that command point just to get those extra mortal wounds off. I think that was well worth it.
Yeah.
Just get that extra lucky 6. I think that's definitely what my unit of the game.
Yeah, only thing in the game is kill some characters, right? And two pretty decent ones.
And how about you, Chris?
In death. It works. I mean, the Changeling is obviously just an amazing force multiplier.
Yeah.
The Demon Prince on the side of Warp Time was actually really... It's good because you foresee enemies come in when you play this army in general, but having him at the back with Warp Time to jump out when you're in that kind of clam, that formation, and do that and start wrecking some things around the back, I'd say that was the star of the show for me.
Good stuff, guys. Well, thank you very much for everyone for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You've seen these guys on camera for one of the first times, so hopefully you enjoyed seeing them.
Yeah.
And if you want to see more content, make sure you jump on and click that subscribe button. If you press the bell button, that'll keep you up to date on all the upcoming updates. But thanks very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon on Twisted Dice.
Cheers, Darren.
Cheers, mate. Great game.
Yeah.
See you later, guys.